We can't hear you.
Turn your mic on.
You gotta turn your mic on.
I didn't know I was gonna be on camera. Oh Lord.
It's okay.
It's all right.
It ain't a fashion show.
Nah.
Where you calling us from?
I'm from Vegas. Well, I'm from Chicago, but I stay in Vegas right now.
Okay.
Uh,
And how many kids you got?
Just the one,
Just one? One son?
one son. That's it.
you sure you want him to listen to this conversation?
Yeah.
I mean, he only two. He can't even say mama yet.
Yeah.
Uh, these kids be smarter than you think. But yeah, just just keep in mind for we will too, since we know the baby there and he listening. But
Yeah.
what I know you've been reaching out to us, you've been wanting to share some things. What made you want to tell your story?
I want to tell my story because I want people to understand that it is women out here that try to work with their baby daddy. You know, a lot of time baby daddies be like, "Oh, she difficult. She got drama. She this, she that," and that don't even be the case. You only hear one side of the story. So I just wanted to come on to let the world know that there are baby mothers out here that try to work with their child's father.
All
Okay.
right.
So,
Well, let's get into it. Was it a situationship,
relationship, marriage,
relationship,
one night
marriage?
stand, what?
It was more of I guess a situationship, I guess you could say. It wasn't a one night stand. We had intercourse throughout the pregnancy and when my son was born. So I guess
So,
it was a situationship.
for how long?
I knew him prior to us having intercourse, which was in 2022, and then no, I'm sorry, 2021. Like 3 months at the end of 2021,
So
and
how
then
long? Okay, go ahead.
we got down in 2022.
Y'all got down, huh?
So how? So
Who
how?
ended it?
Yeah.
Or
Yep.
is it still going on?
uh he pretty much ended it, I guess. You know, in his mind we were I guess trying to get to know each other and all that other good stuff. And in my mind, if you don't say what it is, then I'm gonna just take it for what it is, for what I think it is. I guess
So what was that?
I just thought we was, hooking up, having fun, hooking up,
Okay.
chilling, drinking, laughing, and having fun.
So how you have a baby?
Well, I during the time that we
Not
was,
literally, but I'm saying, just having fun. Y'all not together. Did Was this a good thing? When you found out you was pregnant, how did he take that?
he was happy. He was happy.
He got other kids.
Yes, he got other kids, and he taking care of those kids. And he was happy that I was, pregnant or whatever. He said he was gonna be there for the child. He said he wasn't gonna treat the child like a third wheel, and he was gonna be an amazing father. And
So
he
is he in a relationship with another woman? Cause to say treat the child like a third wheel, that sounds like he got another family or something.
No, I mean like the third wheel, like you know how you want the two kids that you got, but then this one come along and you like, oh my goodness, I guess so. You know, you don't treat them as good as you treat the other two. You don't talk to the third child as you do the other two, or love the third child because the third child is like the third wheel.
Mm.
So let's
That's
get
what I'm
into it. So what's the issue? Who's the deadbeat?
I
You or
think
him?
I'm doing my part as a person, as a human being, which is taking care of my child. I definitely think that he is the deadbeat. I definitely do.
Okay, and why is that? Let's,
Because first of all, most women, when the baby go home, the baby go home with the woman. If the man and the woman is not in the same house, the baby go home with the woman most of the time.
Okay.
Okay. So all I was requiring for him to do is to come twice a week and see your son. Twice a week. That's it.
So, okay, let's step back because you said he cut it off. Why would he cut you off? What happened to make him decide that he didn't want to keep having fun with you?
So
Right, you the baby mama now. You know what they be saying with the baby mamas. What? Why would he cut that off?
so my thing is that, like I said, I didn't know that we were in a relationship. In his mind, he thought I was his woman, but in my mind, I thought we was just dating and getting to know each other. That's all. But
Can you get steady so you can stop moving with the
you said
camera?
what? Oh,
Steady.
okay.
Yeah, get stationed because there's a
Well,
lot of
let me go
movement.
in my thumb room then.
Okay. But yeah, so he thought y'all was more and you wasn't that. So what you told him, like, look, I just wanna have fun, and he didn't like that. So he said basically what, it's over. Because if y'all having fun and y'all have a baby, typically men don't just walk away from that situation and then just stop, not doing for the kid. That is something is missing.
Yeah. So what happened? Just run us through the story. What happened?
Well, I was traveling doing dialysis. And I found out 30 days after I left for a traveling assignment that I was pregnant. But I was coming back and forth to Vegas, to do doctor's appointments or check on my apartment or whatever the case may be. And in May was the last time I did my traveling assignment. So I came back for officially in May, and I had an announcement party to announce that I was pregnant. And because I'm 39 at the time, I'm 39 years old, and my family like, oh, when you gonna have a baby? When you gonna have a baby? And so it was a shock to everybody that I was pregnant. But I invited him to the announcement party. And my family was like, "Who's the father? Who's the father? Who's?" They just kept asking me. So when he came in the door, I said, "Oh, he's the father." But I never announced that he was my man because, again, in my mind, I didn't know we were together. Like, you didn't ask me to be his woman. He just assumed that I would assume that he's my man. But
Right.
I don't assume things.
Right.
So after that, after a couple of days after that, after the announcement party, he texted me and said he was mad, and if I'm just your child father, then that's all I'm gonna be, is just your child's father. You ain't got to worry about me. You ain't got to, And I'm like, well, I didn't mean it like that. Number one, number two, I didn't even know that that's the page that we were on.
Right.
So and
So basically, at the announcement party for the baby, you didn't tell people that he was your man. You just said, "Here go the baby daddy," and he didn't
yeah,
like that.
he go the father. Yeah, he didn't
Right, the
like that.
father. He didn't
Yeah,
like that, so he
yeah,
said, "The hell with you and the baby," because you didn't tell people that y'all was together.
yeah.
So okay, now after that, get
Well, he
us
said the
to
hell with me. He said the hell with me, and then later he said the hell with the baby.
Okay.
okay. So because you well known, and a lot of people remember you when you was on our TikTok from when you saying that you wanted your baby daddy to suffer.
I still
So
do.
you still want him to suffer.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
So that's strong. So everybody that's watching gonna want to know why you want this man to suffer. Because what has he done? So get us there. Take us through the whole reason of why you controlling the situation, because you already gave him these rules that he needs to come see the baby twice and he didn't want to do that. So go ahead.
Yeah. So after the announcement pregnant, kind of just went down the hill from there. I'm not gonna lie, it just went down the hill, and I kept apologizing to him. I kept telling him that I didn't mean it like that. I mean, I kept saying I didn't know we were together, and he just never recovered from there. He never would give me another chance. He just never recovered from there. So it was already rocky. The situation was already rocky because he never recovered from it, but he still was coming to the doctor's appointments. And then his schedule changed. So that gave him an excuse to not come to the doctor's appointments. But he would, text me from time to time to ask me how I'm doing, how's the baby, all this other good stuff. And we were still having sex at least once or twice a month during the pregnancy. It wasn't like we wasn't doing anything. And I didn't want to give my body to another man, and I'm pregnant with another man baby. So it was just like, if he didn't do it, nobody else would. So I wouldn't, I wasn't gonna do all that. And then fast forward to the pregnancy, to me giving birth, he was there, and I thought he wasn't gonna be there. I really thought he wasn't gonna be there.
Did
But
he
he
sign
came
the
to
birth
pick.
certificate?
Yeah, he signed a birth certificate. He came to pick me up at 4:30. I had my son on a Sunday. He came to pick me up at 4:30, and he was there all the way up
So
until.
you said, let me cut you off, because I'm what you said is sticking in my mind. About, did you want to come on this platform and prove that people are mothers, not people, are not, they work with the baby daddy. Everybody ain't bitter, right? Everybody
Right.
is
Everybody
trying
ain't
to,
bitter.
some people is trying to get the child to be a part of the father, be a part of the kid life, and it's not working
Yeah.
out. So you think that that's what's happening in your situation?
Yes, everybody isn't bitter, and I'm not bitter. And maybe I shouldn't have said I want him to suffer, because that's a strong word. But I do want him to to do something, because
To be with you.
So get us to the juicy part. So what went left? If you say he picked you up from the hospital, he was there. When did it go left? For the people that don't know your story.
um he not left, he just stopped showing up. After I gave birth, there was no like direction into how we was gonna financially do things. So I
Oh, he got a
suggested.
girlfriend.
Yeah, he got a girlfriend now, but he didn't have a girlfriend when we was together.
Get us there. Get us to
Okay.
the whole mess of you trying to make him come see the baby at your house, and that
Okay.
wasn't working out.
So fast forward, I wanted to get my son passport. And that was this year. I wanted to get my son passport. And I had some people on Facebook that was helping me out trying to find him.
So stalking
Okay.
him.
Basically. Because he wasn't answering my emails, he wasn't answering my phone calls, he wasn't answering my texts. So I anonymously put on Facebook, how do I find somebody? And people was just giving me advice and asking me what his name was, and they'll help me find him. So they helped me.
So you found this man through Facebook, through the Facebook
Again.
police. All right.
Okay.
Again. And somebody found his girlfriend. They didn't find him, but they found his girlfriend. So then that's how I got to the girlfriend, and I inboxed her, and I was like, "Hey, do you know this person?" And she said yes. And then that's when me and her started talking, and I was telling her I was trying to get my son passport, but you can't get the passport without both parents' signatures.
Correct.
And it went from, she was on my side, it went from, oh, I told him that he needs to come see his son and this, that, and the other, to, oh, you want him back, you bitter, you want him back, you
So
must
why
still
you think
love
she
him.
switched up? If she was cooperative at first, saying, yes, I told him, he needs to go see his son, check on the baby, do this and that. How I go from that to she think you want her man and you bitter and you this and that?
Because I kept inboxing her about the passport. Then I started inboxing her about him coming to see the child. And I was like, is he gonna ever come see his child? And then, me coming up with all these different ideas of how he could see his child. We could go to McDonald's, we go to the park, or whatever the case may be. Then she switched up like, oh, you must want him back. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I
So
don't want
so
him
let
back.
me tell you what she was talking about. Just because he wants to see his baby, that does not mean that you have to be right there for him to see his baby. Right? So
Right.
any woman in his life that sees that you won't let him take his baby by himself and go on is going to think that you are trying to have a family moment. You want to be a part of everything with this man because you won't allow him to take his baby by himself. So tell us why you would not allow him to spend time with his son, because it's not just your son, it's both y'all son, alone, and you had to be there and you had to monitor every single thing with why he's visiting his kid.
He hasn't seen his son in like 2 years, going a little over 2 years. And so right
I
now
mean,
I
that's
was
now, but how old was the baby when he seen him the last time?
he was about 5 or 6 months when he seen him the last time.
Have he ever had the baby by himself without you in the presence?
One time. Yeah. One
The
time, and I
time
was
that you followed him and went over his house and stalked him and soaked the
yes,
apartment
yes,
complex?
yes. And I
See
was
what I'm
calling
saying?
him periodically.
So is it safe to say that's why
I don't think
it's
I
been
mean
2 years? Because it got to be on
you
your
should
terms.
it's my first child, and you should know that I am very protective of, a woman who just had a baby and it's her first baby is very protected over her child. There's nothing wrong with that.
But don't you think he took offense to it, knowing that you slept with him? Y'all had a short rapport, but you still
And
decided to have a kid with him. That you think his baby isn't safe with him?
and he's a father of, you said,
Other
of
kids.
2 other kids, right?
Yeah.
Now where is that
Mhm.
baby mother?
She not with us anymore.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
so he's a single
So he has
man.
custody of the other 2 kids,
Yeah.
and you don't think he does well with them?
I hope so. I don't know. I
So
hope so.
so what's the issue? Why can't he go? Why can't he have his kids, his son, y'all son, by himself on his time?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't. Somebody told me, a wise man told me that never trust a forced hand, and I just don't know. I just don't. You got the girlfriend there. I don't know her. You got the 2 kids that I barely know them, and then my son, he not talking. Now, if he was 5 years old and talking and was able to verbalize the things that is going on, or did or may not have happened while he was with his father, then I wouldn't have no problem
But
with
that's
that.
a what if though.
Yeah,
Not to mention, you are saying that you came on here to show that all baby mamas ain't better and that some want to da da da. But you got all these reasons of why you won't even let this man be with his kid
Right.
alone.
And
You
and
got
we're
all these
talking.
reasons why you counteracting him being a father. So you are part of the problem.
you can't say he
Yeah,
need to be a father, but then say I don't
But he
want him
can't
to
do
go.
this
He can't go with him.
or do that. You see
and
what I'm
we're
saying?
we're and we're also talking if he wants to do these things. Remember, he's not even talking to me. He
That's
don't
because you
even
have
want to
ran him
do these
away.
things.
He has fled. He doesn't want to be bothered with you. The
That's
thing
what he said.
is, yeah, because it's too
He said that. He
That's what
said
she
that.
said. He said. That's what
Oh,
she
it's
said.
too
He
much.
said.
It's too much conflict, and then you and this. He has another woman in his life that you aren't getting along with. That's too chaotic, and by no means are we making excuses. But if they have tried to get this baby and you have declined, then he is
They never
trying.
tried. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. They never
So
so how did
tried.
he get him the first time then?
The first time he wasn't with her. The first time it was just still me and him, and he took the baby for me to get my hair done that day, and he took the baby for about 4 or 5 hours so I could
and
go
you
get
don't
my
want
hair
this
done.
man.
No, I don't. Mm-mm.
So for the people that's watching right now, you giving this man problems. They gonna say like, oh, she bitter. What do you say to that? Because you saying that he don't do this, but you saying that he can't take the kids on his own. So for the people that's thinking that you's a bitter baby mama, what do you say to that?
I don't think I'm bitter because again, he's not. I'm doing all the reaching out. He's not reaching out at all. I have to talk to the girlfriend to talk to him. He's not reaching out to me. I'm trying to figure out some type of platform, and I was on y'all's show a couple of weeks ago, and you guys said, "Oh, well, try to see if he'll be willing to take the baby by himself," because I invited him to our son's birthday party, which is coming up next month.
Mm-hmm. What
Then
happened?
he said he didn't want to be bothered with me. That's what she said. He said he didn't want to be bothered with me.
It
So then a
might
couple,
still be too soon because it's high conflict. Like
so
you got all these demands, but again, you a part of the problem. You have argued with this woman. You have stalked him. You have set these boundaries. They can't be at McDonald's unless you in the parking lot looking through the window while they eating Sundays. Like, no, nobody's gonna deal with
You
that.
can't do that.
It's his baby too. And
What?
so we
Yeah.
talked about that type of stuff, but we did tell you moving forward, try to relinquish some of that controlling behavior. But
and
the
I
way you
did.
doing it, we don't know what you did. Because if you reached out again and it sounded like the same old situation to them, they are gonna definitely decline.
So when was the talk ever had about him coming to get the kid on his own?
Exactly.
There
Still
was
happening.
never a talk.
That's the
Only that
problem.
one time when I went to go
Mhm.
get my hair done and we was still a little bit cool. That's when he took
But
our
that was
son.
but that was like kind of for your benefit too as well. Cause was you giving him the baby before that?
No, he was always coming to my house to see our son.
So is that how it's gotta be? He come over your house to see him?
So I did once I inboxed her about the birthday party and she said she said that he said that he didn't want to be bothered with me. A couple of days later I inboxed her again. I said, "Well, I really want this to work out. I'm really trying. You guys could come take our son, have him, for a couple of hours without me, since I'm the one he can't quote
Deal
unquote
with.
deal with.
Mhm.
Without me, just come get him." So I haven't heard anything else about it. I haven't heard anything, no response or nothing. So I'm not the problem here. I'm definitely
No,
not the
you
problem.
can't say you're not the problem.
It
It's not
started.
resolved. So you
Yeah.
are part of the problem. We
Yes.
won't say you're the complete problem, but you created a situation that's problematic.
Yeah. He need to grow up too.
Yeah.
Because he's
Because
feeling his feelings about
exactly.
you not allowing him to get his kids.
Exactly.
But you got to understand that the role that you played in this too, by trying to control the situation. A man is not finna deal with that.
And are you honest? Because they don't trust you. And
Yeah.
so you were saying this and you reaching out in inboxes and it's already the one left before, you know, they could think that you will potentially change your mind come the day of or whatever. Like it's just not a high level of trust there. So
Have
this
it
type of
ever been a
stuff.
situation like that where you told him he could come and then you changed your
Mm-mm.
mind?
No, there was never. I never gotten in the way of him coming to see his son. I never said he
Yes,
could
you
not
have
take his
got in the way
son.
of him coming to see his son because you told him that he can't come see him unless you write that. That's getting in the way.
Oh, okay. Well,
So
Yeah.
I
what
guess
is your
that part.
fear of not allowing him to go?
Listen, if it's not even just him, it's just like if somebody, a stranger or somebody. When my parents was watching my son as I went to work, I would call them at least once a day and check on my son. When his godmother
I mean,
got him,
there's
I would
nothing wrong
call
with
him.
calling, but what I'm saying to you is that's his dad. So and he got other kids, he got other sons. So you just gonna ruin their relationship with the brothers too, and you see what I'm saying? Like that's a whole nother part of your
Yeah.
kid's life that's missing.
Yeah.
That's true too, and that's not my fault, sir. I'm sorry, that's not my fault. If and then and like I said, there's nothing being said on his side. If he doesn't agree with me coming to McDonald's and being in the car or whatever, he could say, you know what, I'll come get my son, but you ain't gotta sit in McDonald's and sit in your car. There's nothing being said, nothing.
So let
He's
me.
Because he
hiding
has
behind
cut
his
off all
girlfriend.
contact.
So what was the beef between you and the girlfriend?
He's hiding behind his girlfriend. She
What does
keeps
that
saying
mean?
Well, what was
she
y'all beef? How did y'all clash?
she keeps saying that I want to be back with him. And I keep saying, why would I want to be back with a man that abandoned his child? That's crazy. you know, and that's the argument. And I'm just, oh, you're not, she seems like
But
I'm trying to control.
why do she think you want to be back with him? Is what I'm asking. Because of the situation, was you saying he got to come over there to see your kid?
Yeah,
Because that
yeah. I was okay. I suggested that he could come over my house to see our son, or we can go in public, either or. And she was like, oh, well, he's not gonna come over your house to see, not by himself. He's not coming over your house to see y'all's son. And I'm like, well, you could come too. You know, I mean, I don't want the man. You could come, whatever is comfortable. Again, I'm the only one that's trying to come up with these thoughts, and that's why I seem like I'm so controlling, because I'm the only one who's trying to navigate
ha-
what's gonna happen, or you seeing your son, or you being a part of your son's life. If you
so
don't like it, then rebut me and say, hey, no, I'll come get him, and then
so
I'll drop him off.
so let me ask you this: what do you think his issue is then? If it's not the controlling part of it, what do you think it is?
I mean, he disappeared in March of 2023. I think his issue is that our son just doesn't fit into his new life, and and our son doesn't have to, because society don't make it don't hold men accountable. So he like, well, I got a
What?
new girl.
Why you
I
say
got
society don't hold men accountable? Because we can get called deadbeats all the time,
That's it.
it's clearly we not.
That's
A lot,
that's all y'all get called is deadbeats. That's all. But
and
women, we
child support,
304.
child
I just
support.
I just learned what a 304 is. We 304s. We should have kept our legs closed. We should have did this. We should, but all y'all get caught.
That's if you do something. Men are already guilty before they even do anything. That's the difference. So yeah, women get it. They get it too, but that's after they've already reacted and had some actions. It's absent fathers out here that are being alienated and can't see their kids and still being labeled as deadbeats.
Yeah, but
And I'm sorry to hear that,
you said the problem is your son don't fit into his new life, and why would you think that?
because he disappeared and he had no reason to disappear. And I know
You
before.
showed up to his house
Oh, he didn't know that.
unannounced.
He didn't know that. He didn't know.
How do you know? Well, he know
He
now.
didn't know that.
He's gonna know
He
now.
probably do. He probably do know now, but he don't live. He don't live
And
there
you
no
telling me
more.
that's the only thing you didn't done?
That's the only thing I did. The only reason why I showed up to his apartment, because I think that was before he was saying that he was going to get our son. Like a couple of days, he said he was going to get him on Saturday, and it was a couple of days before. And I knew his address, but he wouldn't give me his apartment number. So I'm like, dude, you know, as a curious person as I am, I'm like, well, let me go to this apartment address and see if I see his car.
Was
Did
this
you?
I did.
was it before or after the girlfriend?
This is all before. Yeah, I just
So,
found
because
out
when you
about her
say
this
new life,
year.
do she have kids? Do you know?
She said her kids are grown.
Right. So I don't understand. Like, so why wouldn't you think your son would fit into his new life?
Maybe because she telling him that you should see your son, but at the same time ain't really enforcing that. Like, this don't fit
I
into our
mean, how
narrative.
much can she do? Because y'all also had a run in together, and so she don't probably really like you either. So it's not like it's easy for her to support the situation, and it's already been some conflict between you. So it's like she can't. She it's not her place. She can only do so much. Like he has to be willing. She's not on board either. That's what I'm saying. If she was a mediating help, you already
Yeah,
ruined that too. And so you want her to step up and be like, look, do this. But it's already went sour.
you probably done cussed out and everything, didn't you?
You called her a name.
What you
Yes, I
say
did.
to her?
I told
She
her
said, yes, I
in French. I told her in French that I didn't want him. And she just kept saying it, and I'm just like, girl, damn. I don't know how I'm supposed to say this. How many times I'm supposed to say this that I don't want this man?
So
I
okay,
mean, but I don't know. I
that's
mean,
bad.
I'm not. I'm to be. I'm
We
just
we
laughing
we
with
said
y'all.
that we needed that information. Did you ever send it to us? Because we want to reach out and hear that side of the story. Because I guarantee you, it's gonna be totally different than yours.
I want to hear the side. I'm tired
Y'all,
of thinking about it
y'all
at
gonna
night.
come up here together and talk about it?
I will come up here with him and
He ain't
talk
gonna
about
come
it,
up
of
and talk
course.
about this with her. He don't want to be
All
bothered.
right. So
at all.
what was your whole what was the reason for you coming on here? What did you want? What do you want everybody to know?
I hope he see this. I'm sick, so please, world, excuse me for my look. And I didn't know I was gonna be on camera, but I hope he see this. I hope he see this. I'm trying. I am trying my hardest to get him to see that his son needs him because his father wasn't there for him. So I'm like, why would you do that to our son if your father wasn't there for you? And I'm willing to not even say nothing to him if he start coming to see his son. I'm not gonna say where you been. I'm not gonna make it hard. I'm not gonna do none of that because at the end of the day, it's about our son. So I'm not gonna do none of that. But at the same time, who holds him responsible? That's why I put him on child support. Somebody got to hold him responsible.
So you put him on child support?
I went up there and I put him on child support. Yes.
So what about the parenting time? Remember we spoke about if you're gonna be so eager to put him on child support for the money, you can also enforce him spending time with your son as well. Did you even look into that at all?
I looked into me upping the child support,
So
but
you
not,
didn't. But you
but
said
not
you want
me.
him to
Not
be
him
with
said
his
no. Listen, but
Shit. I'm
I'm doing
literally
all
up
this
in the
leg
child
yeah.
work.
support.
Where is
You
my
said the
peace?
question.
There you go.
Where is my
Did you
peace?
hear what I asked you?
You said
What
you
you
gonna
say?
take my
You
money and I want it down.
you just said you want him in his life. And I just asked you, did you look into it? And you said you looked into up in the child support.
There you go, man. Why?
Where is my
It's
peace? Listen, I reached out to her because I can't talk to him. So I reached out to her with all these different ideas. We can go to McDonald's, we could go to the park, he could come get it by himself, he could do all, and no response. None other than he doesn't want to deal with you. I'm the one who's doing all this leg work. So y'all want me to go up to child support and say, hey, can y'all make him come see his son? Like,
Not
no,
child support, but just
listen,
family court
listen,
because it's
family court. I'm
already
sorry, family court.
initiated.
listen. What I'm telling you is, like, if you go to family court, you get the child support and you get him. You making him responsible for doing his daddy
That's
duty.
holding him accountable.
That's holding him accountable because now only thing you're doing is just going for money, and your kid is still missing the father.
Exactly.
Now, not that I'm saying that taking him to family court is going to make him be a father, but now you got something that's backing you when he's not doing it.
And to prove that you really are not bitter and to prove that you really are not trying to be controlling. Because if you get that order and he's not abiding by the order and it negates you all together, then you have a leg to stand on. But with everything else that you're saying, he's just running from you.
Because what if 10 years down the line he just say, look, I'm finna go try to get my kid and do whatever and just make your life a living hell when it could be already set in stone. Because you're gonna have the same argument 10 years from now if he's not having been there. He's a deadbeat, he ain't been in the kid's life, which that's the purpose of the order.
Right.
See, I think a lot of women don't know about that part of it. They only hear about the child support part.
And honestly, I think a lot of women don't care about it because it limits their control. So if
That
you
it do.
really are not trying to be controlling and it's really about your baby, you would go to the courthouse and look into not just up in the child support, but trying to see how you can have him do his part with
She
the
said,
time.
I looked on up at it.
We got some comments. You want to dive into these comments?
Sure, come on.
So we got Work Plus Gang saying, have you ever disrespected him in a way that if a woman did the same to you, it would make you want to confront her?
Nope. All I did was be nice to him. Of course we had I'm not trying to sugarcoat it or anything. Of course we had a few head bumps, but you know, I didn't want to really push like certain things because I didn't want him to stop seeing his son, which that didn't work. He obviously ended up stop seeing his son. But we never had like head butts where, you know, I would want to smack him or something like that, or, you know, treat him like a female or something like that. I've always been nice to him. I helped him out. Sometimes he'll be like, man, I ain't got gas money to get to work. I'll be like, here go 20. Here go $20, $30, whatever. And sometimes he'll say, oh, not directly to me, like I need help, but he'll say, oh, you know, my kids need some food. I only met them one time. My kids need some food. I'll be like, okay, cool. You know, I'll go buy them something for the microwave, some Hot Pockets or something like that. I never was like a overly drama person, like, oh, you know what I mean? Like, no.
Another question, statement was, you didn't want the relationship and you put him on child support. So basically, you saying you thought y'all was having fun. You said he thought y'all was more. You also said that you wanted to have a baby, not on this segment, but on the other live that we did with you. You said that
Yeah.
you wanted to have a baby.
Yeah.
I think that part is important because all of this, with the way you were involved and the way you set out to do what you wanted to do, you do all of that and end up putting him on child support. When really, if you were just a little bit more cooperative in the co-parenting part, you probably wouldn't have had that obstacle because he was willing at first,
And then he
right?
stopped answering my texts or calls. And I
Because you
didn't
was
know where he,
because
cause
because you gave him PTSD because you was stalking and demanding
So you,
and setting
he didn't
rules
even
I
know
think
about
you
that.
leaving something
In
out.
March,
I think you leaving something out because something else had to happen.
for him to want
But
to go AWOL.
what happened? Keep it real with
I'm
us.
telling you, in
This is
March,
about growth.
February of 2023, he came to my house. He had formula. It was like Captain Save a Day. He had 10 outfits for our son, formula, everything. I was
Right? How do
impressed.
you do that and then start being a deadbeat?
And then
It doesn't make sense.
March came, and he was telling me that he was going through some financial problems with keeping a roof over him and his kids' head. And I never heard from him since then. That's the only last text I got.
Then he
And
popped
then
up with the girlfriend
then
when you found them. Well, he didn't pop up. Y'all searched him out, and he had a girlfriend.
right. So the girlfriend is telling me that she came in March. The same time that I stopped hearing from him. It's the same time. It's the same time she got back with him. Okay.
Got
So
back with him.
yeah,
Oh my god.
evidently they had an on and off relationship. This is what she telling me. And the reason why I put him on child support, I didn't put him on child support right away. March passed, April passed, May passed. I go back on an assignment. I text him at the end of May and said, "Hey, what's going on? Are you okay?" Because I don't know, he got a girlfriend. I don't know anything. All I know is he was going through something and he was having financial problems, and I haven't heard from him. So I'm still thinking something wrong with him. So I'm like,
So
"Hey,
you
what's
ain't
good?"
you ain't never bashed him on Facebook or nothing.
No, I ain't never bashed
Y'all
him
don't
on
got
Facebook.
no protective orders, no court proceedings or nothing that he mad about.
No, no,
It just don't make sense for a father to just be doing that
no.
and
And
then
give up.
and just disappear like that.
And June, I sat down, you know, I'm texting him, he ain't answering. I'm calling him, he ain't answering. So June, I found a couple of his family members. I'm calling his family members to say,
Do you
hey,
see how crazy this sound?
I know it sounds crazy.
So you
To
weren't
say,
calling them dead. You weren't calling him deadbeat. Like
no,
he need to come do for his baby. That's why I'm
no.
calling.
When I called his family member, I kept it short. I said, hey, listen, I don't know what's going on with Jerome, but you know, can y'all talk to him? Is he okay? I mean, I don't know. Is he okay? Can y'all talk to him? I don't want to put him
What
on
they gonna
child
do with
support.
his grown self? Talk to him how? He
I,
grown, girl.
I
And
don't
this is
know.
the whole thing. Like, this the thing. It's not nothing wrong with reaching out to the side of the family if you want to connect with them for the child.
Yeah.
But when you reaching out, putting them in the middle of y'all stuff, it's the worst
That's
thing in the
true.
world
They
that you could
gonna
possibly do.
always
That's
choose
true.
their family
And
anyway.
they don't
That's
have no
true.
good advice to give. They gonna paint you
That's
in a
true.
crazy light. You gonna be known as that crazy ass baby mama,
That's
and
true.
that's how they gonna treat you and label you. So
That's
to
true.
try to get his family to get his grown ass to do anything is
That's
like,
true.
no, that's not
So
gonna work.
do his family come see the baby?
No. Mm-mm.
Do you allow
No.
them to?
They don't really talk to him. And his mother is in Mississippi. His mother's sick. And his brother is here in Vegas, but he said, and what I thought, he lied to me and said that he, used to go to California with his brother. But when I talked to his brother said he don't even mess around with him. He don't even talk to him. And you know what? That is true what you said. But in my mind, at the time of calling his family, was to prevent from putting him on child support, was to figure out was he okay. And you're right. They gonna take up for him. They're not gonna talk to
Every
him. They gonna take
time.
Every
up for
time.
him.
So what mistakes, what could you have done better in this situation? Do you think?
Not even talk to the man. I should have never talked to
Of
him,
course,
to
No,
be
that.
we
honest
talking
with
about
you.
after you
But
told them people at that announcement that baby child was like that he wasn't your man.
Did
maybe
Would
I
you
should
go
have
back and
said that.
change that just
I
so
will
you
go
wouldn't
back
have
and
to
change
deal with this
that.
stuff?
did you want to be with him?
I wanted to be with him towards the ending of the pregnancy, and once I gave birth, I wanted to be with him. Yeah, but
And there was never no bitterness behind that.
When you found out he had that other woman, that didn't hurt you?
no, I'm not bitter at all because life goes on. I'm 39. Well, at the time I
I'm
was
saying
39.
like,
I'm 41
because
now.
a lot of women think just because you bitter, you have to stay there. You don't have to stay and live in that bitterness.
Right.
And this is where a lot of women go wrong. They stay there and they be stuck there for the rest of their life.
Forever.
So when I say was you bitter,
Bitter,
I'm
you
just
could have
talking
been a
about in
bitter
that
moment.
moment, like, okay, yeah, I'm salty, like I wanted to be with him, but now I ain't with him. Now today you saying you don't want to be
Because
with
you
him.
talking about him
And
being
I
held
believe you,
accountable.
but
Who's gonna hold you accountable? Us.
so
Mhm.
you was nothing there, no feelings or nothing.
You
You wasn't salty
I
at
did.
all.
I did wanted to be with him when I gave birth. I mean, I was going through hormonal, emotional things,
Nah, you blaming it. You
but
blaming it on that when really you had his baby. You did not know him well. How it
yeah,
turned out for y'all is unfortunate because y'all baby is the only one that's caught in the middle and
yeah.
suffering.
Yeah, for sure.
So, bitter or not, at this point, you feel like you doing all that you can because you're reaching out and he's not responding. But it may take some time. You already put him on child support, so at least you got that leverage, right?
But
If you
listen though, he told me to put him on child support. When I called his family member, he heard that I called his family member, so somebody must have called him. And he texted me and said I was being petty and that he was gonna come and see his son that Sunday. He never came. He never said anything.
Why would you
And
say
then
you
I
was
text,
petty?
huh?
Why he call you petty?
Because I reached out to his family members.
And what was you saying?
All I told them was, can y'all talk to him? Because I don't want to put him on child support. I don't know what's going
Because
you
on. He
just feel
hasn't
like you
answered
was
any of
present
my
when
calls.
y'all
because he being a deadbeat and he ain't take care of his responsibility. So y'all need
I
to
ain't
can
say
y'all
all
talk to
that.
him? Man, come on,
I didn't
man.
say all that.
Come
I
on,
promise you I
man.
did not say
Come
all that.
on,
I did not
man.
Think
say
about
all
it.
that.
He too mad at you. He done erased you off his whole. So with that being said, that really pissed him off. On top of you getting in the way of him being a father on the few times that he tried or whatever happened with the girlfriend, they was trying to work something out with you. It's just been too combative. And then you
They
reaching
was
out to
never
people.
trying to work
You
this.
putting
I
people
just
in
found
y'all
her
business
this
that he probably
year.
didn't even want them people to know what was going on about you with this baby or nothing, and you didn't just put that on blast. So He just don't trust it. So you got to
I
figure out a way for your child how you're gonna go forward with reconnecting him with his father.
Because child support, that's
And yes,
that's only
it
one
is your
part of being a
responsibility.
father.
I'm going to say that for all the people that are watching, because when you help create a problem, right, you gotta try to help to fix that problem. And
mm,
this is the only reason I'm saying it. This isn't like, he's just this flat out deadbeat, not in my eyes at least, that can't get him to do anything. It was some pushback on your end. Cause he did have your baby before. It was going a certain way. You got into it with his significant other. It's a lot of conflict. So
Yeah.
in those type of situations, people tend to retreat. They will
Court.
fall back just to keep the
You
peace.
got to get the courts
So you
involved.
got
I
to
don't
figure
know where the
out.
conflict came in from 2023 up until now. I just found her in February of this year, so I don't know where the conflict is. I mean, I warned him. I reached out to his family. I texted him. I emailed him even before I even put him on child support. And I also want
I'm
to
not
add,
even just saying about the child support, just like the comment that's highlighted right there. It sounds like he's done with you. He might be
he
he might
can
be
be.
waiting till his son is older. He might be tired of dealing with you. And he is. He
And
clearly said that. And
I don't
that's
know what.
another thing. Like a lot of women, and I want to say this, and I don't care who don't like it, a lot of women create deadbeats. And y'all don't know that it's true because yes, oh, he a grown man. Do you that don't mean you walk away from your kid? You still this, and I agree with all that too. But the reality is all men aren't the same. And if you push a man so far, some will walk away and say the hell with you and that baby. It's not
I'll wait
right,
till they 18.
but it can happen. And
But I
so in
never
this
pushed him
situation,
anywhere. I
you
never
you
did
feel like you
anything
didn't
to
push him
him.
away, but your actions and everything
You,
that you giggling about
you too,
says otherwise.
you too controlling. You don't. The baby can't be around nobody unless you keep calling or
Then he
doing
got a new
whatever.
thing too. He ain't got time to be dealing with you. What you talking about?
Yeah. You.
No.
I understand this is your first child, and I get it.
Right.
But he's a father, and he's been a father of two before that. And now he's a single dad too because the mother of his other two kids passed. So
So this question say God entrusted both of you with the responsibility to protect his child. If your son were grown, do you think he'd tell you to have faith and let him spend time with his dad without interference? What you think your baby gonna say? We said that too. What you think he gonna grow up and say if he knew that at times you would not let him go with his dad just because you felt he wasn't safe or you didn't trust it?
There was no times. I'm trying to tell y'all, there was no before he got with this girl and we had that 1 year, just me, the baby, and him. He could have took his son. I never said he could not take his son.
You
My
told us
only thing
that he
was
could not take his son because you did not know their partner. They could not
oh
take your
yeah,
son
yeah,
because you don't
yeah,
trust the girlfriend and the kids. You said it on this live too,
yeah.
so you can't
That's
negate
this
that you
year.
said that.
That's this
Even if
year.
it didn't happen, they know that you are not going to allow it to happen. This is why
Yeah,
you cannot get him to
yeah,
come try to be with his kid.
yeah.
the only way at this point is court. Because like somebody said in the comments, man, he shut down. He probably is one of them fathers, like I'll just wait till my son 18. And
Yeah.
And probably thinking about it, like with the birthday party, they probably thought hard on it, and he like, nah,
it's
I don't want to
something
be
that he's
bothered.
not
It's all
trusting you about.
assumption. It's
And
all assumption because, like I said, if he was to come get his son, I wasn't gonna say nothing to him. I'm not gonna be in his face like, "Hey, hey, where
How do
you
we
been
know
at for the
that? How
last
do
two
he know
years?"
that?
but it's all assumptions on both
Assumption.
ends too, because you said you didn't trust him and your son going around.
Yes.
So it's both all assumptions.
Yeah, that's true too. I guess if you
It's
look
some
at
way
the
that y'all gotta have this conversation. And
yeah,
going through that girlfriend is not gonna be it. Going to his
yeah,
family is not gonna be it. The only people that can make this decision when two parents can't come to an agreement is the
It's got
courts.
to be a
yeah,
neutral third party.
yeah,
And because
and I
Unfortunately,
I honestly think it's fixable because he's a father already. He's doing it.
yeah.
And you know, I just don't want
He
your
just got to build that bond with his son without interference and
yeah.
without you there.
And
And once that happens, we think that it'll be okay, just like it is with his other kids.
yeah, I don't want your son to, you know, don't grow up without that. You know, I feel,
And I don't think you want that either.
and
right?
I don't feel like you a bad mother either. You know, so I'm saying your kid need that support. So I think, like, some women might say, like I heard you say before, like I don't want to force a hand, but it's really not forcing.
Right. And you can't choose for your child because he is not your father. He's your child's father. So you
Yeah.
don't want to force a hand, but what if your kid grow up old enough to resent you because you didn't? Because you didn't fight,
or all
like,
these
or
other
try,
issues.
or other things. So it's easy for us as adults to be in our feelings because of how we feeling and what we thinking, but you can't think for you because it's not your parent. It's your child's other parent.
Yeah. I even told
You can't bank it off of what you feel and what you think
Yeah,
about them.
I think y'all just need to have that
I even
conversation.
told I even told her that to tell him that if he start doing right, I'll take him off child support. It's not about the
See,
money.
that's
It's about the
controlling.
Stop bribing.
You
but that's
can't.
Stop
not
coming with
controlling.
these. Yes, that
That
is. Yes,
is.
that is. It's either your way or no way. But they don't care. They saying it's the highway.
Yes, that's
You can't make him do what you want him to do. He already done proved that to you. So stop with the if was a fifth, we'd be drunk. No.
it's not gonna work. You gonna have
You
to.
got to start moving different and thinking about
And
your
if he
baby.
watching too, man, you need to go fight for your kid, man. That
Come get your son from Lena
that
because
that
Lena need a damn break.
that ain't the way. That ain't
Lena
the
need a
way.
boyfriend. Lena needs to live her life.
That ain't.
And Lena
Lena
needs to
so
stop
do.
giggling
That's
and
not.
start taking action.
That's not the way,
Lena
man. To
so
just sit
do.
back and just allow. If you think she's playing with your kid, that is not the way to just sit back and just wait till your kid to get
Get
18.
older. Because that's just
That's
that's
stupid.
stupid.
And your kid gonna suffer behind that. It's a
We
lot of.
know
It's a
men
lot of.
do it, and we know a lot of men are pushed to do it, but we still don't condone it or support it.
It's
Because all that time, miss, your child need that time with you.
it's a lot of. It's a lot of life lessons that your kid need,
And go
and
miss.
it's missing because the lack of a father.
Yeah.
So if you watch it, man, you can come up here and tell
We
your
told you to
story,
send us
but
the
you better go
pictures to
fight for
their
your
names because we
kid.
sure gonna reach out to
He
him to get
ain't
his
gotta
side.
fight. All he gotta do is pick up the phone or text
You
me
hear
and
that?
say, "Hey, I want to see your son. I mean, our son." And
Your
he can
son,
take him.
girl.
He could take him.
But all right, so in a perfect world, what would that look like for you?
Him text me, "Hey, are you free Friday or Saturday?" Yeah. Okay, I'm finna come over
That
and get
sounds
my
like a
son.
date. That do not sound like him coming to get his. What you being free got to do with him seeing his son? Girl, you
Because if I'm
see.
not
This
at
her
home,
perfect
he ain't gonna
world.
be able to
This
come
her
see his
world.
son.
So this her world. All right, so in your
Go ahead.
world, you say
If
what?
you free, what you doing? Can I come over? Go ahead, finish.
Yes. If I'm not at home, how he gonna come see his son? That's what I'm saying. Are you free
Okay.
Saturday? Yes. Okay. I want to come over at 5:30 to come get my son. Okay. Cool. He come to the door, knock on the door. I'm gonna have our son ready for him. He ain't even gotta come in the house. I'm gonna have our son ready. Bam. Here you go. Any medical issues I have to communicate with him. Our son got a fever. It's some Tylenol in there. Give him this much. Bam. That's all I'm going to say to him. All I'm going to say to him is about our son. That's it. I ain't got nothing else to say to him.
And this how you want it to work here on out for the rest of his life.
Or we could have a mutual place to meet up, and then he'll just take our son from there. Or I could come to their house. See, I don't understand why they won't
They
even
don't
let me.
want you to come to their house, so that's not
You
gonna happen.
steady trying to get to that house.
Oh, I'm not gonna do nothing to your house. I don't know why
They
you
don't
don't want
want
me
you
to
to
know
know where
that
they
address.
live, girl. No.
But you can know where I stay at. Okay. But yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah, but
that's
keep
listen,
an eye out
check
to
this.
make sure it's all good.
Check this out. If you go to the courts, everybody got to give their address.
That's true. That's
that's
true.
true.
But
That's it.
Okay,
man,
Lena.
thank you, man. That was good talking to you again.
We
Nice
gonna be
talking to
checking
you
back
too.
because if they don't come to this birthday party, we still gonna want to know what's happening in the next birthday
Send them
party.
names because
They
we gonna
posted.
reach out to them.
How do I send the names? Do I send them on
Uh,
TikTok?
Yeah,
Instagram or TikTok, it don't matter.
Yeah, so we can reach out because we
Because
want to
I
hear
can't
inside.
send no pictures to y'all. I was trying to screenshot their
Do you got an
Facebook page.
Instagram?
Yeah, I got Instagram.
Yeah, send it through our Instagram page.
Okay, no problem.
All right. Well, you have a
Bye-bye.
good night, and don't
You
be
too.
Yeah.
don't be thinking about it at night like you said earlier that you tired of thinking about it. Don't think about it tonight.
I am, because I want to know why he stopped. I just want to know why they going on
Totally
cruises.
cool. You
Him and
already
his
know
girl
why.
going on cruises and stuff. So
See,
why?
why you worried about what they doing? Get you a man.
Man, how do you even know that? How do you know they going on cruise?
They got it's on her page. You know, pictures of them
Stay
going on cruises.
off her page.
You loafing.
Stay off her page, girl. Let them
That was
people
then.
live.
Now I don't even talk to her. And actually, when y'all told me to inbox her about them coming to get them without me, I haven't talked to her since June, and it's now October now. So I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying.
Okay, well, we gonna be rooting for you still. Just keep us posted and send us that contact information
Do
so
whatever
we can try to
Yeah.
mend this a little bit.
And do whatever you got to do for that baby, man. Just keep being a great mother to him.
I am.
You have a good night.
You too.
Good night.